yesterday afternoon, last night. So I'm calling it a sellout. I have to go over to the venue this afternoon just to make sure we can fit the last couple tables into the main ballroom, and then we'll go from there. Uncle Rich Klein gave me some great tips yesterday, so moving forward, may move out into the hallway. We'll see. It's for now with where I'm at table wise. I'm right at that point where I can fit everybody into the main ballroom. But if we keep growing, then I will have to expand out into the hallway. So we'll see. November's been the wild card, and I keep talking about next month's show. I've talked about it since I booked all the dates back in what, March. I scheduled for the Saturday of Thanksgiving, and that was strategic because, and I've talked about this. People are going to be out shopping, and I know a lot of people are doing their shopping online, especially now in COVID times. But there's still a lot of people that go to brick and mortar, go to the mall, go to whatever stores, retail stores that weekend of Thanksgiving. It's a big shopping weekend. So let's tie it in with a card show, and we'll see how it is. I know that I'll probably lose both vendors and attendees because they will be doing family things or out of town. But with that also being said, there will be other people that will be in town visiting family. Um, and they may want to break and head to the card show on Saturday. So that's November 27th at the Sheraton. So we'll see. I kind of think the November show will parallel the October show in terms of vendors, maybe a little, maybe even a little less because of that weekend. It's a wild card. I just don't know how things are going to trend for next month's show. But this month's show, I'm calling it a sellout. Again, I'm going to head over there this afternoon to make sure the room is set up. I'm going to put the name tags down just so I have some vendors that, prefer their spots. So I'm going to make sure they get their spots. Just make sure I can get all, I think we're at 56 tables confirmed. So, and I want to see if I can, I'll add the extra tables in the room, but then also see, can we fit a couple more in if I get some last minute additions, which tends to happen month after month. I'll have somebody on Friday afternoon. Hey, are there any tables left? We've even had walk-ups on Saturday, like, hey, is there an open table I can grab? Yeah, we'll do it because we haven't had, this is by far the most. Last month was a record-setting month with 40. How many did we have last month? 48, I think, is what our final tally was. Maybe 40, yeah, 48. So we're at 56 right now, and that amount, there's likely going to be a no-show as well. So try to avoid those as much as possible, but sometimes life interrupts, and that's okay. We just try to avoid those. Zach says, will there be anything on the shelves to buy, right? Yeah, everything is sold out. There's already the warnings out there that, the toys may not be hitting the stores in time, and all that. The global supply chain is just absolutely upside down. I would be interested in seeing a video of your prep and how you were organizing what you're bringing on Saturday to the show. Yeah, that would be a boring video. I can do it. So basically, I have bargain boxes and they're not organized. Well, they are somewhat organized because they're organized by sport. So I just have, 10 four-row boxes of baseball. No rhyme or reason to what they are. And then I've got a few football and basketball just because most of my cards are baseball. So that's kind of how I just in basically my boxes are still in my car from the Rockford show 2 weeks ago. So I can just leave, it's separate inventory from my, eBay store and all that. So I just set it and forget it. I'm the Ron Popeil of bargain boxes. Set it and forget it. Now this month there's going to be a little. I'm gonna be doing things a little different because I'm adding some new boxes. So a lot of these cards have been in the bargain box since April. So that's a lot of card shows where some repeat customers are looking through and it's like, oh my gosh, I've seen this for the last 6 months or whatever it's been. So I am going to have one of the tables is going to be all new for October. So there's going to be I think four of the monster boxes, one or two baseball, maybe two baseball, one football, one basketball. So that's going to be all new for October. So if my regular buyers, come by, they can just go to those boxes first. And if there's not room at that table, somebody who hasn't been to my table in past shows can go to the other boxes and find something in those boxes. I'm thinking about doing like a closeout bargain box sale, like buy the box for $100 or $150. Probably start at 150 and maybe negotiate down to 100. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not. But I'm always willing to listen to offers. So those are some of the things I'm doing. I'm trying to increase my dollar boxes, and I'm doing so. And I'll be adding some more dollar cards for the show on Saturday. Ken says, "Congrats on the sellout. It's nice to be here live for once. It's great to have you live." eBay buyers suck. Some dude bought 4 of my 6-card player lots last night. Only $3 items and paid for all 4 separately, making me eat a 30-cent fee on each instead of just once. Yeah, that sucks, and it's hard to avoid those. Um, sometimes I'll get and you know it really sucks when not a $3 item. It really sucks when it's a 99-cent item. And I've had that happen a few times where somebody buys 6 99-cent cards and they're all paid separately. So I eat so it's basically, it might be even break even after it's all said and done, depending on what the amount is. So yes, that does suck. What's up, card collecting addict? Good morning. Jenny says, how much table space are you using for your stuff? So I am at 3 tables, but I am willing to, depending on how it looks today, I may drop down to 2 tables. I was at 4 for a few shows just because we had the extra space. I dropped down to 3 tables last month because we needed, I thought we would need the space. We ended up being okay. And so this month it may be down to 2 tables depending on what I'm working with when I walk into the room. The room is set up for 50 tables, but there is room for you. I mean, that's like really comfortable. I mean, it's a 5,300 square foot room. So I can fit more tables in. It's just I'll have to play around with it. So that's kind of why I'm like stopping at 56 tables. Now it's overflow. So that's why I want to head in there today just to make sure, if somebody says, hey, do you have any space available? At least now I'll know, okay, I've, possibly, it's kind of like the old airline standby. It might be the fact that possibly you can show up on Saturday, but I can't guarantee you a spot. But if you bring your stuff on Saturday, maybe you can get a spot. If I was a potential vendor and I was told I was on standby, I would not bring all my stuff in the event that I didn't have a table. But that's also what happens if you wait until the last minute to try to book a table. So I'm at 3. Fall Creek Collectibles says, you cook rotisserie chicken at card shows. Hey, that's there is a kitchen. Dude, if you keep your boxes in your car, P and me will shop them in Oak Creek, pop the trunk. So I more than likely, Zach, I will have them in my car because they weren't in my car much over the summer for 2 reasons. Number one is the humidity in July and August. It's pretty humid. So I wouldn't keep them in my car based on humidity. But also number 2, I need the back of my I need the trunk, I guess. What do you call that in an SUV? The trunk, I guess. Still a trunk, kind of. I would need that to take. I bag my grass and take it to the landscape landfill, grass landfill, whatever. It's just down the road from my house. A hatch, yeah. So I would have to use the hatch for my lawn clippings. So then in fact, since my cards are still in my hat were in my hatch, I had to take a couple bags of grass this week after I mowed on whatever day it was, Monday or Tuesday. Um, so I had to take the grass. So I moved all of my boxes, and fortunately, I'd cleaned up my back seat because in the past I've just had all kinds of crap in the back seat. So I cleaned up my back seat, and I was able to fit all of my card show boxes in the back seat. So right now they're in the back seat, and they'll stay there until anything else I bring, I'll just throw in the hatch. But then when I load them back up, they'll be in the hatch. So it's unlikely between now and Oak Creek that I will mow again. So Zach, most likely I will have my 25-cent boxes with me when I go to the Oak Creek Card Show. Items, that's awesome. That's something that I like the idea, and I will probably borrow that idea down the road. I'm still selling a lot of singles, so I'm going to stick to the singles. I'll be doing a file exchange upload later this morning, which will be hopefully my last file exchange upload using my iPhone camera to take photos because my scanner will be delivered today. So I took the photos, uploaded the photos last night, and I typed out some stuff last night and then this morning. So I'll finish that off. Probably about 100 basketball rookies, last name A and B, because they're sorted by last name. This box, so guy like Darius Baisley. Let's see who else. Nikhil Alexander Walker, Mobamba. Who else was in there? Goga Batadze. I don't know. I'm probably butchering his last name. So some of those are what's going to be popping into my eBay store later this morning. So that scanner is going to be delivered today. So I can't wait. I will be showing video of the scanner in action later today. Of course, it's something I'm waiting on, and I don't know if I was talking about this on Hobby Evolution or if it was in another program. But it seems like when I'm waiting for a product, it's like when my wife orders shoes, it's like the UPS or FedEx guy delivers the shoes at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. But if it's like a box of cards, it's a case of cards, it's like I'm waiting until 6 p.m. before they're delivered. So hopefully the scanner is delivered earlier than later. But it's going to be a fun day. So the scanner is going to be coming. So I'll show that off at some point today on Twitter. Gonna head to the Sheraton later today to check that out. I'll probably do a Target run. I haven't been to our big Target. It's in it's called Hilldale. Is like, wasn't that the Hilldale? Wasn't that the like subdivision on Back to the Future? Hilldale or something like that. Well, Hilldale is like a I don't know, like an area, a neighborhood, Hilldale neighborhood. And that's where like the big Target is. I showed a picture and everybody was like amazed at how huge this Target was. You park underground and then you take escalators or an elevator up to the actual shopping floor. And that's why I don't go to this particular store to look at cards, because not only do you have to card section's not at like the end. You have to walk past the Starbucks, past like, not only is there Starbucks, but there's like the Target cafe, and then all the checkouts. And then on the other side of the checkouts is where the cards are. So maybe I'll count the steps to see how many steps it is from from my car to the upstairs card section. But the Target that's nearest me, that's just 2 miles down the road, I can pop in, boom, walk in, and the card section is right there, like You walk in the front door, there's the carts, and then boom, right there, in and out. I can get in and out in like a minute, but not at Hilldale. But Hilldale has a probably a much not much larger, but a kind of a larger section. What I'm looking for is not cards. I'm looking for penny sleeves because I want to sleeve more quarter cards for the show. Um, let's see. I'm gonna have to go up. I missed some stuff. Jenny says your city does not pick up grass clippings. Darn, ours does every Tuesday. Don't even have to bag them, just dump them in a can. That's nice. No, we do not have lawn pickup. Um, let's see. I'm moving where Jenny lives. I'm almost as excited for you to get the scanner as you are. I just thought this was normal for everyone. I love it. Mow the grass and take the bag off and dump it right into the can. Bring the can down to the curb on Tuesday. Yeah, I have to. Um, I toyed with the what do you call it? Mulching. My neighbor mulches, but my neighbor's retired and mows like 3 times a week. And I just in working in an office and working full time from an office, I didn't have that much time to mow 3 times a week. Um, B, I don't want to mow that many times a week. Once a week is kind of like I want to push it out once every 2 weeks or once a week and a half. So I tried the mulch, but my grass just grows too fast and it looks like crap if I don't bag it. So I bag it, and literally you can see the landfill for grass like from my backyard. It's you know, it actually if it would only take a couple minutes to walk straight line, but within ice, I within within eyesight of my backyard. What's up, Herman? Good morning. Does sound familiar from Back to the Future. You're in better spirits today. I feel better. Um, I had after I mowed Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it was, I had a terrible headache. Wikipedia says Hill Valley, but Hilldale sounds better. Hill Valley, that's right. I hope I'm never so bored that I mow 3 times a week, right? It's like, Frank's mowing again. He also has an in-ground sprinkler system, so his grass always looks like a golf course. Mine looks great now, but it's October, and I was telling my wife the other day, I'm like, I'm looking at I'm I'm at the age where I admire my yard. Um, it does come with age, apparently, and I'm like, it really sucks that the yard looks so great in mid-October. My wife's like, why? And I'm like, because it's getting cold and we're not going to be, we're not outside anymore. The garden, which I need to pull out. It's like, why can't it look like this in July and August when, you're outside, but, there's too much sun beating down and, it's part brown. Jenny says, I hate mulch, sun fades it, rain washes it away. Um, love to cut my grass. My daughter calls it my daddy time. One of my neighbors works night and will come home and mow around 7 a.m. That would annoy me. Although I'm up before 7 a.m., that would really annoy my wife who sleeps in. My goal is starting my own business, mowing grass next spring. Too bad you're not closer. I've considered that. When I was mowing this week, my neighbor behind me has a service come in and mow, and they have one of those big like industrial lawn mowers, and they do it in like 2 minutes. And I'm here I am with my push mower, and I've got a long backyard. It takes me 45 minutes probably to mow with a push mower, which isn't bad. Because it's fairly small, but we have a flower garden right in the middle of the backyard, so I have to mow around that. So that's a big zero turn. That's my purchase in the spring goal. That's nice. So I was mowing along the fence line and looked over and I'm like, man, I wonder how much I could pay them just to come over and hammer my lawn out in 2 minutes. But I'll save the money, buy some Cubs cards with the with the money saved mowing my own lawn. So that's what I had for today. Sounds like Bo needs a John Deere. No, my yard is the perfect size for a push mower. It's, it takes me, probably start to finish an hour, to get everything done. Maybe a little more if it's a hot sunny day and it's like a Sunday afternoon or something. I'll take a little longer because I'll blow the grass, I'll trim, I'll do the sidewalk, the edge, the sidewalk, and make a little day out of it. Um, but my mom, so my parents had a John Deere riding lawnmower, and their lot size was a little larger than what mine is. Um, and when my dad passed away, my mom was selling the lawnmower, and it's like, I wasn't interested. Like I don't have space for it. Like we have a two-car garage with two cars, and so it's packed pretty tight. There's no space for a lawnmower. Um, I can squeeze my push mower in there. That makes 11 watching. What's up, Rich? So that's just, I can hammer my lawn out with the push mower. And Jenny says, "Got to drink while you mow. Just don't drink while on the riding lawnmower." In Minnesota, you can get a DWI if you're driving your mower and drinking. No joke, my friend did. I have seen that happens in Illinois as well. Wisconsin has very pretty loose laws on that, but in Illinois, yeah, it happens. Um, that's that's one thing. It's like, I always like in the heat of summer, I'll take a break and have a beer between, like, at halftime. It's my halftime beer. And it's like sometimes I'm thinking, man, it would be nice to have just a cup holder, would be nice to have a riding lawnmower, have a cup holder for my beer and not have to, stop and down. And that would be a pretty silly reason to buy a riding lawnmower, just so you could have a cup holder. Herman says, "I'm in trouble then." Good morning. What's up, David? Oh, so David reminds me one more topic I want to touch on. The Topps Heritage Miners checklist was released yesterday. Um, so I bought 2 cases of Heritage Miners. Scheduled release is next week. I'm pretty confident it does get released. There's been a lot of products pushed back recently. Heritage Miners was not on that list. So I'm thinking it's safe. Plus, with the release of the checklist yesterday, I'm pretty confident it is released on time. So I'm excited. The autograph checklist has nearly doubled, I think, since last year, which is okay because now you receive 2 autographs per box. In the pad, 1 autograph, 1 relic. So I hate relics. So it's awesome that there's 2 autographs per box. So I'm looking forward to. Usually, I ordered 2 cases from Blowout. So usually, when I order from Blowout, I receive my products on release day. So hopefully next Wednesday, those Heritage Miners cases will arrive. The checklist for Cubs, there are 16 current Cubs prospects on the checklist. Now, some of those prospects are likely not going to be in a Cubs uniform because they were acquired, mid-season trades, like Kevin Alcantara from the Yankees. He was a part of who was the Yankees? Was that Rizzo? So he was in the Rizzo trade. There was another one, Alexander Vizcaino, I think. So there are some players that are currently Cubs prospects, but they're probably in their former team's uniform. So it'll be interesting to see because then there's some Cubs prospects that were acquired at different points in the season. So which ones are the cutoff? I'm kind of using the other like the Topps Pro debut. Alcantara was in there. Vizcaino was in there, both as Yankees. So my thoughts are they will be Yankees in this product as well. So I would say, based on the checklist, I should probably bring it up. There's probably, I would say, still 10 Cubs 2021 Topps Heritage Miners checklist. So could touch on the autograph checklist as well. And I don't think there's a team breakdown. Ryan Cracknell usually does the team breakdown. I saw his Beckett website now. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's a team breakdown. So let's take a look at the autographs. I won't bore you with the Cubs talk anymore. So the autographs we have for the real ones, 65 autograph subjects. So some of the bigger names, Austin Martin. So probably still in the Blue Jays uniform. Actually, I think there's a mock-up and he is, yeah, Gulf Coast League Blue Jays for Austin Martin. We've got, let's see, Bryce Ball. He's a current Cubs prospect, and I think he was with the Atlanta Braves. He came in one of the trades. David says, sucks that Beckett doesn't even put the minor league team the guys play for. I don't blame them because it's, I don't, it's tough. I don't mind it. I don't mind it because it's difficult. I don't know what type of information they receive when the checklists are out. That could be a Tops thing. I don't know if Rich is still with us, if Rich knows, but that could come from Tops, where Tops just releases the names of the players, not the team, as well. But that also might be something that Ryan puts together. I think Ryan actually puts those teams together, but I'm not sure if that information does come from Tops itself. But it doesn't bother me because it is time consuming. I mean, just breaking it's difficult to sometimes. When I'm breaking these boxes, I'm not familiar with some of the minor league teams, and it's like, is this who are the Fireflies? Is that the Braves or the Mets? So I get the difficulty. Let's see who else is on the checklist. Carson Tucker. He's got Evan Carter from the Rangers, Ethan Hearn of the Cubs, Garrett Mitchell from the Brewers, Heston Kjerstad of the Orioles. He's a top prospect. Jose Tena. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. He's an Indians prospect. He's kind of one of the up and comers that there's a lot of talk about. Kevin Alcantara has a autograph, probably in a Yankees uni. Cole Franklin, he's a Cubs pitcher. Mick Abel from the Phillies. Max Meyer, he's a Marlins prospect. Nick Gonzalez of David's Pirates, he has an autograph in this product. Nick Lofton of the Royals. Robert Hassel of the Padres, Robert Poison of the Oakland A's. Spencer Torkelson has an autograph in Heritage Minors. Let's see. Yoelqui Cespedes of the White Sox, another White Sox prospect. Yolbert Sanchez, Xavier Warren, he's a Brewers prospect. So those are some of the. Jenny says Max Meyer. I know that name. Yeah, he was he like the third overall pick a couple years ago? He's a Marlins pitcher. What's up, Mark Hoyle? Good morning, Mark. I just saw as I was opening up YouTube this morning, I see you're going to be talking to Dan tomorrow. So that's awesome. I'll try to tune in. David says the 2020 checklist on Topps website does have the minor league teams, but I don't see that they have uploaded the 2021 yet. Okay, so that'll probably be posted here in the next couple days. So that'll help. I kind of like the mystery though, as I'm opening the product, to see. So I know there's 16 Cubs prospects in the product, but how many will actually be in a Cubs uniform because they were traded after the deadline. So after the deadline for printing. So I'm interested just to see, kind of a surprise, like, oh, hey, okay, we know Kevin Alcantara's in the Yankees, but what about Bryce Ball? Did he make the Cubs or the Braves? I'm guessing all of any trade that happened during the season, they're going to be on their old teams. That's my thought process. So it's going to be a surprise for me. I'm going to wait until I open it, hopefully next Wednesday. Jenny says he grew up in Minnesota, so I am interested if anyone pulls his cards. Meyer was actually drafted by the Twins in 2017 in the 34th round, but didn't sign. He was then drafted in 2020 by the Marlins, 3rd overall. He made a wise decision. Not only did he go back to school or go to school, but he improved his draft stock by 31 rounds and made him quite a lot more money in doing so. So Topps Heritage Miners released next Wednesday. Hopefully my cases arrive on release day and we can have some fun opening those. So I'll probably do like one, maybe two, maybe a box from each case. Um, I've mentioned it before. I don't like opening boxes on camera. That seems like work to me. What's up, DR? Good morning. I get to go to a card show here in New York on Sunday. Going to go bargain box hunting. Good luck. So yeah, I like just making a little event out of my box breaks because filming them seems like a bit too much work. That is called betting on yourself. It is work, lol. It is work. And I can never get the camera angles right, and I'm always showing cards like off camera. I would be a terrible breaker. So that's I'm staying in my lane. So and then the rest I'll just show off hits on Twitter. So that's how I'm going to approach Heritage Miners next week. So that's it for today. It's going to be a fun day ahead. Sean, what is up? Good morning. Have a good show this weekend. I wish I was still working in the area. Me too. By the way, Sean has some awesome cards. I bought some Cubs stuff from him. He's Sean. You're from Kansas City, correct? And he was working in the area, set up as a vendor at the Madison Card Show a few months ago. Gave me a good deal on some Cubs cards, and his was probably the most popular table there. So hopefully I can see you again. Hopefully you can get back up here soon. What's up, Andrew? Good morning. The reason I only have 3 videos on my account, lol. So yeah, so it's gonna be a fun day. My card scanner is arriving at some point today, so I'll show off. Check Twitter. Definitely come back hopefully soon. Awesome. So I'll show off the scanner. And hopefully I'll get those settings right. I've got to reach out. Frank gave me the tip on the scanner, and he showed me the scanner in action. So it's not a flatbed scanner. It's you feed the cards in. So I'm looking forward to really make some moves, getting those photos uploaded and working the file exchange and really getting those cards listed at a fast pace. So that'll be fun. And then heading over to the Sheraton this afternoon to get the room ready for Saturday's Madison Card Show. Real quick, Madison Card Show Saturday. This Saturday, 2 days away, 9 to 3 of the hours, free admission. Tables are sold out. We've got, I'll have my bargain boxes. I'll have new bargain boxes that haven't been seen before. So they'll be at the show for the first time. Basketball, football, baseball, some non-sports and random sports as well. I'll have a dollar box. We've got some vintage guys, so I'm looking forward to that. Tony, who runs the Oak Creek show, he will be set up this Saturday. He has some amazing vintage, and I'm likely going to buy at least one Cubs vintage card from him. It was something I had my eye on 2 weeks ago. So hopefully he brings that. So if you know Tony from Oak Creek, runs the Oak Creek Card Show, he's going to be set up on Saturday. The promoters down in Rockford, they will be set up. That's what I love about doing these card shows. You get to meet not only the customers and other vendors like Sean who set up, but the other promoters. The guys down in Rockford, John and Mike and Herman. Herman has a shop in Belvedere, actually. So they come up and do the Madison show. I go down and do the show in Rockford. I met Tony at the Rockford show a couple of weeks ago. He's coming over to set up. I'm going to go check out his show as a attendee in a couple of weeks. So just getting to meet these other promoters and develop those relationships to promote each other is awesome. So I've got another guy coming in from, I think, La Crosse. He's going to be set up with some jerseys. I think he does signed autographed jerseys. So some memorabilia. Matt and Harry are coming down from the Green Bay area. They're set up at Oak Creek. They have a lot of vintage as well. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Saturday, Sheraton Hotel, John Nolen Drive, Madison, Wisconsin, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Um, a sellout, a sellout with tables, with vendor tables. So come on out and see us on Saturday. Have a great Thursday, and we'll chat tomorrow.